Hello everybody, and welcome back to Sven Plays Starbound. Dev Plays Starbound, yeah! Okay, so we've arrived at the forest world. Esther gave me the task to find some foreign objects to scan that will point me in the direction of the quest I need. Ooh. I got weird sort of sucker trees with like bright cherry blossom-like leaves. And these trees here are tall, which is good because it makes it easy to get a lot of wood very quickly. Now, on this planet, I'm going to need to do some spelunking, but I'm also going to want to find that dungeon. Not quite sure which one I want to do first, honestly. Like, sometimes I find running across the surface of the world, you can find enough, like, tungsten stuff, but I do also need some silver, which is more common the deeper down you go. So I probably will need to do some underground diving. But I've also, in the intervening time between episodes, I've made a couple of flags as well, so I can find a spot to sort of teleport myself to. And actually my food's just about drained, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat that canned food now. They don't give any buffs, but they do give you quite a lot of nutrition, and like I said, they do last a very long time. I think I'm actually first going to do the run over the planet's surface, because I usually like to sort of scour for dungeons, because dungeons, while they can be tough if you don't have the gear, like if you haven't already made like tier 2 gear and so forth, they can also yield great weapon rewards. Oh, yeah, I forgot these guys are... Oof. How'd you like that for a dodge? Hey? 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 Yeah, okay. But yes, I should get some more plant fiber too, because I basically use it all up making woven fabric. Ah, no! I got myself stuck. Those guys are pretty quick. Pretty quick. But so am I. See, the other reason I really like running across the planet server is a great way to get some seeds. Because a bit later, I'll probably want to start looking at making a farm just so I have a consistent and stable stream of food. The question is whether I want to settle on a planet or if I want to sort of make it on my ship. I'll probably make it on a planet, but I do tend to be a bit slow when it comes to sort of building my bases because I like to make them look nice. So I'll probably cut a lot of the fat from that. But we'll see, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Maybe I'll have something interesting, well, something I hope is interesting to talk about during the actual process. Because I have built a lot of things with blocks. I've gotten a pretty good sense of how I like to use them at this point. Oh, that's right, nighttime the birds are evil. Go away. Ah. Ah. Alright, some tungsten here, so already off the bat I've gotten lucky. There's some... Oh yeah, I just remembered, I forgot something, because Esther gave me those manipulator modules, so I can actually upgrade the power. Now I can dig twice as fast. Oh, thank God. Yes. I'm one of those people who always tends to go straight for upgrading the power first, except for maybe the last one, just because the last one is very expensive. It kind of depends on how lucky I get. I don't think these drop plant fiber. I think these just drop shrooms, if I remember correctly. Oh no, they do actually drop plant fiber too. And there are quite a lot of vines in here, so I might actually take some of these. Oh, more tungsten. Yay! Yay! Tungsten. I should be careful about getting too deep in here. I might actually mix my bar around a little bit and just put some on the... Let's see. I'm going to rearrange my bar a little bit just to make it a little bit more consistent. And what I'm actually also going to do is make some platforms. I do have enough platform to make some, so I'm going to make, say, 100 should do me. Because I like to have these on hand too. Yeah, I'll just put it there. Start cutting these down, get myself some plant fibers. And mushrooms can also be cooked on a campfire. They are the only food item that you can cook on the campfire and actually get a buff from. Other than, you know, just healing. And the reason that's the case is simply because they are something you can't plant and grow, whereas the others you can. And they already have, like, cooking table recipes. You're still usually better off using the mushrooms in some of the recipes, like mushroom bread and stuff, because they'll just give you a much longer lasting buff, and obviously they'll fill you up more. It's been an interesting challenge actually balancing out the food items because there's so many of them, but at the same time, there's many used in different recipes, so we want to make sure there's plenty of ways for players to get the buffs they want. Because originally, as it was conceived, was that, players could potentially have several different buff types, and ultimately we found the problem was some of them could stack in ways that kind of broke the game, and while the buffs are still absolutely potentially very useful, we end up boiling it down to a few core buffs, like damage boosting buff, max energy boosting buff, max health boosting buff, jumping boosting buff, running boosting buff. There's also a swimming buff that lets you swim faster in the water, and I think that's it. Oh no, there's also a couple of special ones, which I won't give them away yet. But the reason we sort of went for that structure was because each food item, like when I was sort of looking at the process, I tried to sort of come up with what the key ingredient of a particular meal was, and what the buff for that particular style ingredient should be. So like potatoes, for example, when used, if they're one of the main ingredients, they tend to be like, the food item is going to usually have like a big health boosting buff. In the case of some foods, if a food looks like it has like a couple of primary ingredients, that's when I'll kind of sort of step away and I'll say, okay, this one can have 2 buffs. But it's balanced in such a way so that if an item does have more than 1 buff, it's not going to last as long. Which for most people is great, because what that means is you could feasibly keep a steady stream of all buffs on you by just eating periodically with different food types. So players who want to really dig in deep to the food system and get to know all that stuff, there's actually a lot of advantages to it. However, if you're one of those people who just wants to eat food and forget about it, there's absolutely nothing stopping you from doing that as well. And I think it's come together pretty well. I mean, the main thing was balancing out the rate that hunger dropped off, and we feel it's in a pretty good spot as it is right now. And that makes me happy, because I wasn't sure about for the longest time I wasn't really happy with the health system, but now I like the food system, I should say. But I feel like the way the buffs work and stuff, it's all balanced. Well, what most people won't see, obviously, the finer workings of how it's actually configured and planned, like what the reasoning behind it is. They should be able to look at something and just sort of be like, okay, I know this particular food will give me this buff. Probably the only thing I would personally still like to see changed after 1.0 is potentially adding these status icons to their tooltip so you know what the buffs are or how much nutrition they give you, because obviously that's helpful information for a player. Don't know if that will happen or not. It kind of depends on, because apparently there are some restricting factors that make that difficult to do with the tooltips. I don't really know enough to sort of say why, but I am told it is apparently more difficult than I personally thought it was. Alright, and I've got enough plant fiber for now, I think. I'll need to make a bunch of string later. I've probably got enough salves for now, so I'm gonna hold on to that until I sort of need it, because later on I will be very grateful for all that string. I'm just being very generally very careless as well with my maneuvering, because what you can actually do to sort of make these sort of climbing down the hillside safe is you can actually just walk. If you just walk off, you're not going to go as far over the edge. Clink! That's a really weird thing to say, man. I just walk into your place and you just say clink. I do like your bookshelves, though. I'm gonna scan these so I can hopefully make them a bit later. Hey, could you go outside and look out the door for a second while I, Oh, he's not happy anymore. I can't have you go telling your guard friend, so I'm just gonna... Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting I haven't got Spin Slash. Damn. I was actually really hoping he wouldn't get mad at me about taking his stuff, so I wouldn't have to kill him. The thing is, if he follows me around when I run to a guy with a weapon, then the guard would attack me, and I don't really want that. Oh, I think he may have actually seen it after all. And these guards are tough, so I'm going to have to be very careful. I'm actually really glad I've got a weapon that sets people on fire, because against guards with loads of armor, it's actually really, really useful. Oh, you see how much of my health he just melted. I can't get up. Well. To be fair, I deserved that. I absolutely deserved that. Damn, I didn't put a flag down for a while. At least it's not too far to the right, but I'm gonna jump ahead a bit for you guys because, yeah, I don't want to make you wait. Alright, so it actually wasn't that far. He's not... Oh, he's still hostile. Wait, I do have a shield. Ugh. He breaks the block. Burn! Okay, he should burn to death now. Yes! Yes! The question is that guy hostile to me? I need to reset up a couple of my things. I think for the most part I've got all the essential things still there. I do need to reset my dirt. Give me back my dirt and my platforms. Okay. So, hopefully this guy isn't hostile, but he sure looks hostile. The best thing is going to be to sort of play it safe and let him burn slowly. Keep him on the fire. 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 I didn't actually mean to throw that second Molotov. That was just a waste. Oh. Since I've been forced to ruthlessly murder these mushroom people, I may as well take the things, because that was really nothing stopping me. That basic wooden furniture I can make elsewhere. I don't really want to completely clutter up my inventory. I'm not token. I probably could just drop the door, but I guess I'll just make that one of the things I drop if my inventory starts getting full. Pardon me. Please excuse me, I am very warm, and I didn't eat all that long ago. Yeah, it's very important to remember, because village guards in general are very strong now. Like, they're usually ranked several levels above the world strength. We did that for two reasons. One, to disincentivize people just taking everything from villagers, or those who do have a fairly big risk going in, but also because they need to be able to defend their villages against the planet's monsters, and they were actually getting killed by monsters pretty easily because of just how squishy they were and how low the damage was. But now it's just like, they just wreck things. Hello, you're right there. Alright, these people aren't hostile because they didn't see what I did to their friends. And oh, you're actually a merchant. You sell yourself. That's kind of, well, I guess you live in a biome full of small mushrooms. It's kind of weird having a mushroom man selling me mushroom foods. In fact, wouldn't it be the ultimate irony if I just sold your bookshelves back to you? Oh, look. You know, I'm not going to likely use these crates because I tend to favor using chests, personally. And I'm probably not going to plant those trees. Like, one thing I actually have taken to doing, I quite like using the merchant interface also just to clear things I don't need. Even though I get no money for them, it's just an easy way to get rid of them. In large quantities, at least. I guess that will do for me. I won't use that either. Bit of bonus money. Especially considering I lost some because I died. Alright. What I need to find is a dungeon. Is there a tunnel actually up there? There is. Oh, that's the other thing. Since I haven't got a gun on my my flashlight, I may as well now have it be set to this. Climb! Is there an exit up here? Well, I can dig my way up. We'll dig our way up! No, 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 dig up, stupid! Simpsons references, I haven't made those in a long time. And so close to the surface now. Alright. Do you have anything worth ooh. You don't mind me just taking this, do you? No, of course you don't. So throwing daggers do a bit more damage than the darts, though you don't tend to get as many. Why do you have a grenade launcher in your sink? What kind of life do you live? Okay, he hasn't turned hostile. That's something. But seriously, a grenade launcher in your sink? What the hell, man? I mean, it's to be fair, it's very rare that these containers would have weapons, like super duper rare. But I actually personally really like just the randomness of just because it feels like that's almost like telling a story. This Agoran who just lives here by himself just happens to have a grenade launcher in his sink, and it's a rare one as well that electrifies people, which means if I hit someone with this, they are going to zap any nearby enemies as well for a little while, which is really good if you're dealing with enemies that cluster up. From what I can tell, is that a... It's a proximity grenade as well, so it actually sits there for a really long time until either it will detonate by itself or until someone walks in front of it. See how it zapped him just then? Now they're zapping each other because they're both electrified. Sweet. Oh, nice. That's kind of you. Give me a good old healing buff. And... I should have some flares. Scoping up if there's any immediately accessible... Oopsie. Doesn't look like there's any big deposits of ore in this immediate vicinity. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I actually really like the grenade launchers. I actually went through, like, and buffed pretty much all the guns before the end. Because pretty much everyone was in universal agreement that the guns just didn't feel that great to use because they weren't super powerful. And that's kind of a tough balancing act because the moment you make the guns just automatically better damage, and the fact that they're ranged as well, then there's almost no reason to use the melee weapons. Which is a shame because the melee weapons feel great to use. So it's try and straddle that line, right? Between making something powerful enough that people like using it, but not so powerful that nothing else is worth using. Like, that's when you know you go like you play a multiplayer first-person shooter like Unreal Tournament. The fact that the guns have their own very specific situations where they are clearly more advantageous. Obviously, there are weapons that are just generally better and more usable in more situations, but you want to encourage people to take advantage of the full diversity of what's on hand, right? So, the better you can do that, the more fun players are likely going to have with your game. I don't need to cook that many mushrooms, actually. I'm going to cook, like, 3 more. And since I've got quite a few cooked things, I'm actually not going to cook all my vegetables yet, because I might be able to use those on the cooking table on the outpost, or might be able to make my own table soon. One thing I will want to do is make sure I get a lot of food to take with me before I go underground, because how lucky you get with meat is, well, kind of up in the air. My plan at this point is basically find the dungeons, scan the flooring things. Alright, because these things take a while to explode, it's not necessarily going to be great for breaking those things. But yeah, find the dungeons on this world, and then do some spelunking. Hello. Sometimes with these, like, I wasn't involved in a lot of these micro dungeons, but sometimes our artists have it like hiding things underneath the ruins. So I'm wondering if there's anything under here. Is that something, or is that just a natural tunnel? Just a natural tunnel by the looks of it. Uh-oh. Go away. No! Stop trying to murder me. I'm gonna kill these guys too, because I can. Alright. The other thing, you see, I also, like, well, you can't actually see it firsthand at the moment, but because the health buffs and, like, the energy buffs and stuff are fixed, like, they give, like, I think it was a 25% buff of whatever amount of health you already have. So if I have 110 right now, yeah, that'd be it. So it's actually about 20% buff. And yeah, so your overall max HP goes from 110, obviously 10% of that's 11, so 20% is 22, 132 from eating these things. But because it's from the mushrooms I just cooked on a campfire, the buff still doesn't last super long. The actual length of the buff actually isn't based on the food item, it's actually based on the nutrition of the food item. So if you use a bunch of different food items that give you a bunch of different buffs, your overall buff duration is going to be longer. The more different kinds of buffs, the shorter it's going to be. But I need to get out, so... It's actually worked out pretty well, all things considered. The fact that people have been actually seem to be really enjoying the new survival mode with the hunger and stuff is actually really encouraging. Because I was honestly worried. I was really worried people were going to find it a little bit too impenetrable, but I think it's simple enough that you can basically ignore what the buffs are, but people who want to get the most out of it can figure those things out. And that thing looks a bit like a Crazy Harry kind of situation. Anyway, I should climb myself up there. The other thing is also very recently, before 1.0, Chiron actually completely reworked how our ropes worked into a much more sort of simple and much easier to use, is the important thing, much easier to use sort of setup. So they actually just feel a lot better to use. Like, I could break these blocks around, but I actually want to use my rope like this. Actually, that's a good thing I saved a bunch of plant fiber, because I actually want to make more ropes. That's one of the things I do actually like having a lot of. Because I like having many ropes. Many ropes make me happy. That way it means if I decide to go swing around like crazy, I don't go completely burning through them and falling to my death as a result. Bam. Done. Alright. I like collecting flowers as I go as well, because these can later be used to turn into dyes. And it's going to go slow and steady. Ooh, chest in there, and also a bunch of really long vines. Easy fodder for more plant fiber. Nothing else is sneaking up on me. Got some gleeps down there. Done. I think I saw some ores in it. More tungsten, cool. Let's see what's in here first. Manipulator module, 2 salves, and some bandages. Sweet. Healing items are good. And manipulator modules are always appreciated. But I digress. Excuse me, pardon me. My nose is being a little bit nizzly. It's like... Gets a little bit of sniffle action going. It's very warm in this room. Very warm in this room. Alright. So, what I actually might do also, because I am getting quite a lot of dark tunnels, I'm going to have the flares on hand here. There's quite a lot of plant fibers all over the place, so that's nice. I'm actually going to use my platforms here to just make getting to these a bit easier. These ones are low enough to the ground that I don't need to. Yeah! All the bandages. I don't really need any more salves right now. I just like having lots of stuff on hand so I can easily make some more if I need them. Now, do I want to go exploring through here? Oh, more long ones. I mean, generally, in terms of time efficiency, if you can find a cave with lots of really tall vines, those will just net you so many plant fiber that you can just easily make lots of whatever you need. Heck with it. It's fun to flip things. No! In retrospect, I should have just shot the grenade up there first to scat it out, but oh well. Alright, and some copper. Yoink! So purple. Now, do I want to take a chance on that thing giving me a good buff, or I could potentially be poisoned or set on fire? The odds of getting bad buffs from these things is much lower than it used to be, but... healing buff. That's a little bit of healing for my effort. I think I can hold off on getting more plant fiber for a while. I've probably got quite a lot. Die, little frog-like things, which are probably actually frogs. Oh, I found a camp. I've lost my favorite pen. Have you seen it? No. No, I can't say I have. I have seen your pin friend, which is actually the internal name for this dog. I don't actually know what the original of that name was. I think it was back in one of the other artists that we used to work with us called Rapunzel. Can I capture it? I don't know if I can, because I think it's on the same damage team. Sweet, I just stole their dog. Monster Whisperer. Now I've got a dog companion. I think... I don't know if this one actually attacks monsters. I haven't actually used it before. Like, I've never actually used a dog. So... I don't know. In my ideal situation, this thing basically doesn't attack and can't be attacked. But... because if it can't be attacked, then it will just follow me everywhere and be like a cool little companion. But if it does fight and can be attacked, then it's going to die very quickly and it's going to be sitting in that ball for a long time before I can heal it. We are the Terrene Protectorate. From our home on Earth, we bring message to the people of the universe. We accept any race, class, or religion. We offer homes, guidance, education, and safety. Our aim is for unity and harmony across the universe. Our arms are open to all. Oh, that's a nice message. And I'll break your bomb. I didn't steal it, I broke it. It's a very different thing. In retrospect, I just realized I'm actually kind of hurt, so I'm gonna sleep in their bed. Actually, I'm gonna speed this up by also eating. I can eat a couple more. Oh, heck, I'll just eat mushrooms because I got loads of them. I'm just speeding up my healing. Please don't mind me. I could use salves to speed it up further, but I don't want to. It's like, I break their shit, they start coming over going, what are you doing? While I'm sleeping in their bed. Ah, that'll do. The food will heal me the rest. And I can actually make more mushrooms. 5 more will probably be enough. I'm going to save the rest of my ingredients for now. If they have a fridge somewhere in the space, I should probably try and get it. I'm going to scan these things as well so that later on I can print them. Because you do get access to a 3D printer later in the game that lets you print almost everything. Oh, you got a chest hidden in the little ditch here. We should hang out more often, fish. That's racist. I'm not a fish. I'm a hollow. Oh my god, I got a fez! Fezzes are cool. I've got myself a fez. Fezzes are cool. As the Matt Smith doctor would say. I like your dress sense. I miss Earth so much. Everything is terrible. Oh hey, how's it going? Apparently awfully. Aww. Everyone here is dressed so nicely. I ate too many berries and now my stomach hurts. Okay, that's your own fault. I'm sorry, but... The god didn't see me! Ha! Alright. Is that another dog? Oh, I could have 2 dogs. I totally want to have 2 dogs. I can only have 1 dog with me at a time, but... Rats. Hold still while I try to capture you. Yes! Yes! One's called Rex. The other's called Rex. Who'd have thunk? Anyway, I like black speckled Rex. I didn't really need to steal the other dog since I can only actually have 1 dog at a time. But on the off chance one can be actually attacked by monsters. Oh no. Oh, this is terrible. Come on. Yeah, Axe has got quite a bit of a buff recently as well. Hello. Nice to see someone from the protection. How do you know? I'm not even wearing a protector shirt or anything. Is it because of my mana manipulator? That's probably what it is. Everyone here is just full of love. I guess disaster does breed that kind of feeling. Oh, I got a hat too! Oh. Ah. Don't know which one I want to wear. Nah, gotta go with the fez. Gotta go with the fez, man. Oh, we've got like a... Looks like a bit of jungle coming into this one now. I want to get up there, but I can't be bothered building, so... Up we go. Hello, Rex. I appreciate that you're trying to follow me. But, not the way to do it, really. Fine. Break my way in. Just to break these pots. For no other real reason. But it's okay. That's how it's meant to be. And out! I could have just gone back out and around, but... shut up with your logic. Ooh, lots of tall trees here. It will take a little while, but this is a good opportunity to get a lot of wood quickly. And I have a feeling later on I'm going to be really grateful. Plus, if I can get seeds for tall trees like these, it will give me a means of making a very efficient little tree farm later on. Because I have a feeling I'm going to probably need a lot of wood for whatever I build, whenever I build it. So I'm going to chop some of these suckers down. So much wood. But this will let me make a lot of things. I actually really like the variety we have now. Like, even though you have loads of things made of wood, they all look and feel distinct enough from each other that you can make some really nice looking things if you have the patience to sit there and make the most of it. So, like, some of the stuff I made for like the trailer and stuff like was just using wood and just creatively combining them. It's like, I think one of my favorite builds, like, it was very small, very simple, was just making the little farm for the very end of the trailer where I like showed off the animal husbandry, because it just looked and felt like a little home. And that was all I really wanted it to feel like. I think I've got enough for now. I should have enough saplings to plant my own if I need more. Let me in. Thought you could sneak up on me, didn't ya? This is actually a really... Jungle biomes in general are just really great for getting lots of plant fibers quickly as well. I just like to have a lot of... Okay, it doesn't look like there's a chest or anything down here. I think it's just a trap. Oh, there is a chest. I don't think I've actually seen this micro dungeon before. I need air. Breathe. Breathe, hi little man. Breathe. Okay, that'll do. Ooh, some pretty good stuff too. It's basically the same as the shield I sold before. More throwing daggers. I should actually put... Oh, actually I should grab that chest too, because that'll be useful. I should actually put throwing daggers on my bar. I might just use up my darts and put the daggers there. Because as time goes on, the darts are going to become increasingly less useful. See, this one's quite funny, because if you destroy one block on this bridge, the entire thing collapses. Whee! But there's usually a chest at the bottom of it. I can't get to it because of this. There we go. There's also spikes down here, so you want to be careful. And I can't be bothered digging my way out, so... Oh, I stepped on top of the spike. That was a bit silly. I'm gonna eat some more mushrooms. And... I'll eat it. I just need to get to well fed, so it doesn't really matter if it's cooked or not. Oh, it's just short. Of course it was. Alright. Eyeballs. Ooh. Did not expect to see eyeballs. Not gonna lie. That's very rare on forest worlds. These usually only appear most frequently in alien biomes. But I guess this jungle has an alien sub-biome? I'm not sure. Give me all the eyes. All of the eyes. Mmm. Delicious eyes. Not even really gonna be able to use this for much of anything. I just want some eyes. That's enough. I've got enough eyes for my collection. Alright. Yeah, we actually have gotten to an alien sub-biome. Cool, cool, disgusting, cool. You don't mind if I just, help myself into what you have dubbed to be an alien creature is actually a chest. With an ocular. Oh, now that's a rare food item to get early game. However, I won't be able to do much with it. It's like only just one. So, I'm not going to exactly regrow more. I like this telescope, so I'm taking that. Yoink. I'm going to stop using that to try and break things, because it doesn't. I'm going to throw a flare down. Oh, there's a chest. It looks like it might be in a tech chest. So that's going to have a very good... But it's well guarded, so, Ow! Don't do that. Burn with me! Fire! Fire! Alright. Yeah! Silicon board, but a teleporter core, which are typically quite expensive. So that worked out quite well. Oh, and there's tungsten here too. Yeah, it looks like daylight is coming at long last. Alright. And gonna be lazy again. And I'll take this copper while I'm here too, because you never know, right? Copper has a lot of uses throughout the game. Nice to be able to see pretty clearly again though. No chest in there, so I'm gonna barrel on ahead. Alright. Let's get on with it. Another chest. I will gladly drop the boat. Biosample, but that is useful for making really powerful stuff, like healing items, later on. And again, with this malarkey. Up we go! Oh, I just spotted a chest. Very sneaky. Very sneaky deaky. Thought I wouldn't see that, but I totally did. Some manipulator modules, some moolah. It's always useful. I'm not going for manipulator modules. I've got 4. Actually, I'm gonna get that liquid collection because that will be useful for when I visit a desert world. Get some oil to make some useful things. Ha ha. Anything in that box of interest? I wonder. Ooh. And it's a tier 2 world, so this hammer will probably be a lot more powerful than my current sword. Yes, please. And let's try. I mean, the only downside is I won't be able to set things on fire with the hammer. But in terms of raw damage output, I might keep the sword on hand, if only to be able to set things on fire, like tough armored enemies, because that fire status is always useful if you just keep it on every now and again. Plus, obviously, the hammer takes a while to swing, but the damage is no joke. Bananas, sweet. Let's go take all these things. Another thing, but I haven't actually seen a full-blown dungeon yet. This is a pretty big planet. Because usually on a larger world, you'll find 1, maybe 2, sometimes on very rare cases, even 3 dungeons in one planet. What's my food inventory full? Oh, yes it is. I'm going to eat some of these mushrooms then and just... I'm going to have to go drop some of these things off soon and cook them and sell them to make the most of it. The other thing is also the sword is better for keeping things at bay because you can obviously swing it more often. Alright, of course what I can do is temporarily pop a flag down. So, pick up. I'm gonna basically get rid of it as soon as I get back, but I'm gonna... How much money do I actually have? I should check that out. Because, as it so happens, I think I've got enough to get a crop shipper. Okay. I'm gonna actually go to the outpost then. To stop the teleshop. Because what I want to do, all I want to do is sell my stuff into the Terra Mart store. Terra Mart store. Because I've got loads of mushrooms, so I can make more easily enough if I really need food. But what I am going to do, I'm going to keep the canned food, because that's still extremely well preserved. If I wanted to make the most of my money, the smart thing is actually to make them into things first. Like, even if I only just make carrot juice out of carrots, that still increases the financial worth of the carrot, basically. So, overall, you are better off making things that use multiple ingredients and then selling them. Lucky Dips provide pretty good stat boosts, too. I'm gonna save that chocolate, the cocoa beans, until I've got enough chocolate, because I think cocoa beans don't rot, if I recall. Yeah, they don't. But there'll be some things I'll want chocolate for later. Oh, I can make an harvest mango juice. That gives quite a bit of buff as well. Anything else I can make that doesn't use just one ingredient? Carrot bread. Mushroom bread. I'm gonna make the carrot bread, I think. The thing about the food system also is the more different kinds of foods you make, you unlock more recipes by doing it. So I just learned to make potato grids, which is when you put mashed potato on a campfire. Pelpy risotto, yes. Do want. Corn cob. So even though I'm gonna sell the bulk of this stuff, I can make quite a bit of money doing this as well. And making harvest mango juice should give me another recipe as well. Oh, maybe it's not. I might be thinking of something else. I don't know. There's a lot of recipes. I often get them mixed up. And that's freed up quite a bit of space. But there's another thing you can do. The Terra Mart shipments basically let you sell stuff off from wherever you're settled. I'm actually going to spend the money there. But a cool little thing about it is it isn't just convenient for letting you sell things off or such. It was actually in part inspired by how the, I think the dumpster is what it was, in Stardew Valley, which was a game made by Eric Barone. Like, really, really swell dude, really nice guy. And he did fantastic work with Stardew. And we just like, we don't really have like an incinerator-like object or something that just makes it easy to sell things, so you always have to go try and find a merchant. And this kind of solved an issue. It gave you something that let you sell your crops and your stuff on your farm. But what it also does is it actually gives you about 10% more value than if you sold it just to a normal merchant. So say for example, if I had something that would give me 20 pixels, this would give me 22. Doesn't sound like much, but over time it adds up and it's a good way to make a lot of extra money very quickly. But you can't use it on a ship. You need to do it somewhere where there's open space. And I think I need to clear some things from here too. I don't really need both capture pods. I still want to kind of keep the dog with me, but I'm going to put that there. And the Protectorate book I'm going to sell off with the other thing. Although, that's the one thing about the TerraMart shipping thing is that it doesn't give you money for objects that aren't food or crop related. So it's mainly for people who cook food, plant crops, and collect resources from animals and stuff like that. So this is something I probably should have sold at the normal TerraMart, but not a big deal. The other thing I need to think about is... you know what, I think the bulk of this other stuff is okay. So I should actually... You know what... Sorry to waste time, but I just realized I've still got the old weapons and stuff I'm not really using anymore, so I'm actually going to go sell that off as well. Just because I've got enough there to sell, that's probably I can justify it. I've got 5 tech cards. I don't think that's quite enough to do any of the upgrades yet. Don't want to sell that. It's precious memento. And there's the codex. And I'm gonna sell the shield again. Why not? Get some free money. Free money is sweet, man. Don't you be knocking the free money. And the rest of the stuff... I think the rest I'm okay to keep for now. I might actually... Those are the really tall saplings, if I recall. These are eyeball saplings. Not that they get me any money anyway, so I can just throw them away if I run out of room. I am overthinking this. Anyway. Take me to my pickup point. What I'm going to do is temporarily put down the shipping crate. Just to make more money. I need to make the most of my dollar on the food, you know what I'm saying? That is not the item I meant to pick up. There we go. Alright, food. So things I'm probably not going to eat, for example, like, the roasted mushrooms aren't worth a lot, so I'd only get like 3 pixels, 4 pixels for each one, but still taking up space, I don't really necessarily need them anymore. Carrot juice is worth a bit. So you can see the potential for how this could add up very quickly. The actual individual amount of food healers for like carrot bread, for example, is higher than like the mushrooms and so forth, and it still gives me the same max health buff, but it lasts longer. So I'm mainly getting rid of the things that aren't necessarily going to be hugely useful. Lucky Dip will be useful. Mashed potato gives you a good long buff. Pulpy risotto should give me a pretty long buff as well. Pulpy, okay, I want to keep. Pineapple juice boosts my, I think, my running speed. And other smoker juice. So I think that will about do it for now. Yeah, I'll hold on to the rest of that. Yeah, I did get the money for that, so it's okay. It's like, oh yeah, I cut the animation short. Did that break it? No, it didn't. Luckily, our coders seem to afford ahead in that regard. That was a bit silly on my part, though. It's dark again, though. I don't like it when it's dark. I can't see very well when it's dark. I could try to go to Desert World and get some oil to make a back item, but I'll deal. Bam. So that's just not a bad combo. Set my 5 and finish him off with a big epic hammer hit. There's got to be a dungeon not far from here. Like, I've been traveling across the same world for a while, and the worlds are huge, but there's got to be a point where I'll hit something. More tungsten, I will take that. I might actually have enough tungsten to make at least a chest piece or something now. I should probably check that out. Might actually do that real quickly, in fact. Alright. Oh, I've actually got enough to upgrade this. Sweet. I can make clay into bricks if I want to. I'm going to hold off on that part until I know what I want to make. But the important thing is I got a fair bit of tungsten. I think I used most of it to upgrade it, but I can actually make... I think I can actually make a whole set. Not quite. I'll be like 1 bar short of a whole set, of course. But the breastplate and the helm will give me the biggest stat buffs, so I'll get those first. Oh, I didn't have enough to make more than one. Oh, I'm missing cotton, that's why. Actually, I should have picked up enough cotton just running around, so... No, I didn't. So I'll need to actually go plant some cotton somewhere before I'll be able to really... Either that, or I may get lucky and find another cotton on the forest world. I might cotton on, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, sorry. But so even just having the breastplate, actually I should equip that, will still make my life easier. Still gives me more damage, still gives me more health and energy, so. Hey, wanna taste my hammer? That damage isn't a joke, but neither is theirs. Come on. Come on, buddy. I should eat something. Eat something. I'm gonna eat carrot bread. Oh, I didn't quite fill me up to full. I've still got the buff, but I wanted to get the healing from it, so I'm just gonna eat a carrot as well. There, now I got the well-fed buff. Just means I can't eat anything else for a while. Hello? Dungeony dungeon! Where are you? I will find that dungeon. I will find, hopefully, a Florin village. Have I? Have I looped? I think I've actually looped. I think I may have actually gotten unlucky and not gotten one with an actual... Oh, of course, I guess the Mushroom Village was a dungeon, strictly speaking. Yeah, I don't think I'm finding on this one. I think I've gotten one of those really unlucky RNG worlds. Well, that's a bit of a shame. So no Florin ones here. Guess I'll go back up. Or I could go mining. I guess I'll get the mining out of the way, because then I can finish my text and stuff. One thing I do actually need to make a point of doing, because this is a survival character, so I can't just beam up from the bottom. Actually, what I don't have enough money. I was going to say I could go make a teleporter so I could just beam up from the bottom, but that's not something you can actually just do from the bottom without a flag. So, best thing I can do is make a whole bunch of torches. You know, I'm not using coal for much else, so I'm just gonna make a bunch. Tell you what, guys, we'll make the next video my spelunking adventure. So we'll continue this next time on Sven Plays Starbound. See you then. Why do you have a grenade launcher in your sink? What kind of life do you live? Okay, he hasn't turned hostile. That's a thing. But seriously, a grenade launcher in your sink? What the hell, man?